During the pandemic, my anxiety was already pretty bad. I've always had relatively bad anxiety, but it progressively got worse due to the pandemic. It was more due to the fact that I didn't know what was going on. I'm someone who's very black and white thinking. I don't like much gray area. And all this pandemic brought was gray area, where we were uncertain about what was going on. No one knew exactly what was happening. And that concerned me. I also became very anxious and worried about my family and our health and my friends' health, and also if I was ever going to see my friends. I had a lot of friends that lived in the area that I lived in, and a lot of times I wanted to see them, but I couldn't because of the pandemic, because we weren't allowed out. Another way that the pandemic affected my mental health and anxiety is now it's very hard for me to just be in one place and be in the moment and just be at my house. I have to be out doing something. And and this was pretty much the same for the rest of my family. We all were just very, especially my mom, was very, as some people say, were COVID crazy. Very, very safe. She's became more strict than normal. Her anxiety was worse. But how we've all kind of handled it then and even now, it's just spending time together, finding the little things that we like to do, and focusing on that. Taking everything one day at a time. Another thing I started doing was just working out. Figured that working on my physical health would help me also work on my mental health. The lockdown took a lot from me. It was my senior year. I lost prom, graduation, my senior day for softball, my school musical that I was gonna be in, the trip that I was doing with the show choir that I was in at school, travel ball. It made recruitment harder. So I didn't get much experience with getting seen by other schools, which really sucked to me, but at the time I thought I was going to the school of my dreams. And because of that, I've just now learned that I can't take anything for granted. And situations where I'm feeling anxious and where I'm feeling like, okay, this might not work out, I don't know if I should do it, and if I know it's something I've wanted to do, I just do it now. At least I try my best to. But that's how my family has learned from this pandemic. It's just we've learned to really value the time we have together. We've learned to not be so anxious, not be so worried, and to accept the gray areas and not think so black and white, especially me, because I never know what could happen, and sometimes certain things I just need to not worry about and just let them happen and play out, because sooner or later everything will be okay. That's what this pandemic has taught us. I guess there's bad things that happen. Things can be stressful, but in the end, like, everyone does get out of it. So yeah, that's what me and my family learned from this COVID-19 pandemic. Some things that I did to cope with it was I picked up drawing, I started working out, started reading more, watched a lot of TV. um, and also just kind of tried to grow in my faith a little more. So just found things I liked to do that helped calm me down and helped bring me happiness.